right, so now let's see. Oh, there you go, live. That was, man, YouTube's quicker than Microsoft. Yeah.
Now, I guess, are you able to get that URL in advance? I guess that was the real question.
Yeah, you can do the same thing with YouTube. It asked me, do you want to do it right now or schedule it in the future? That was one of the first questions it asked.
Cool.
And so now I don't know how do you get the URL to give out to people.
Is that not it down there on your screen?
There's a share button.
Share, yeah, share. So yeah, try, I'll put this in. Yeah, so that's working, and that doesn't need to log in. So like if you want to stream to the outside world, you can do that. Yeah, so that's working, and that doesn't need to log in. So like if you want to stream to the outside world, it's about 15 seconds delayed. Link, and you can do that. That's working, and
Look, Phil's got 3 subscribers.
Huh? That's what my buddy I had dinner with last night. He was like, I like watching. He subscribed to my YouTube for some reason a long time ago, and he's like, I saw a video of your new office. I saw you taking videos of your phone and how to press the buttons. I'm like, yeah, it's not very interesting content. I know. Like, why did you subscribe to me? He's like, I have 1 subscriber probably, and it's him. Like, he's like, I don't know. I did a video a long time ago about pressing yelling buttons, probably for Danny. I think it was for someone in Ottawa. The call pickup or call BLF presence thing was messing up. So anyways, that's streaming. So obviously it's pretty cool. I'm streaming to 2 platforms right now with 3 streams. Now I'm curious. Let's go look at what the back end looks like, because I've never looked. Does it pick up that you're sending out?
Good question. I haven't looked.
So that's interesting. It doesn't actually, we're still at 49%. Like we were at 49% before, so it doesn't count the streams against our capacity, I guess. It just shows them. So it's sending it 720p. Oh, so we must have the max in and out bandwidth limited somewhere in that calling script to 2000 maybe?
What calling scripts?
Where is it called? Service call routing script. The streaming. Does this have a limit to bandwidth? Yeah, oh, there's a max inbound, outbound. Oh yeah, use global settings. That's what, oh here, look, let's make it. Oh, here you go, media encryption, Danny. So controls of media encryption for participants, use global. Best effort, each participant will use a media encryption if their device supports it, otherwise the connection will be unencrypted. Required, must, and no encryption is.
Not sure if that's between the conference servers though. Sounds like endpoint to endpoint, or endpoint to server.
I really want to see this. Have you done anything with this test call service? Did you try?
I mean, essentially all that does is just put you in a meeting room like we're in now, so you can play around with your stuff.
Please hold while I try to connect you.
I thought it.
Let's test your audio settings.
Yeah.
Count out loud from 1 to 3 now.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hello?
If you have technical issues, check your settings or contact your administrator.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
I think you should call your administrator to get your audio volume set
So
correctly.
basically, it's an echo. It's an asterisk echo thing. I used to use that on asterisk. It's funny.
I think you can do it. You can log into the web app too. Let me try.
So, Stephen, did you manage to do traffic shaping?
Not working.
Not working.
But then again, I haven't tried to do it to myself before, so.
What's automatically dialed participant? Oh, if you join a bridge, it'll automatically dial out to someone?
Yeah. That's the out dial feature that only moderators can do, but
Okay.
So anyways, and we haven't gotten into authentication, how it would feed back in moderator controls to see if there's a lot of options there, but I don't know if we just would have a pin or if
How do you provision users? I'm assuming they have APIs.
oh yeah. This is our virtual meeting rooms. So each meeting room is a meeting room. And they have like two models. One of the models they have, you pay for the number of rooms, and another model is like you pay for number of concurrent ports.
I think you can create your own custom scripts to put users in, but they have available in this interface LDAP sync, which the LDAP sync will pull the data from AD and generate the VMRs based on the users that exist.
So I just thought of a critical question. As a user, can you create a new room?
Oh, well, so what you can do is as a moderator. So
Yeah.
as a moderator, I can transfer.
Yeah,
So,
no, I said but can you create a new room for?
oh my God, I'm
you mean like a breakout session room type stuff?
Yeah, that's,
Well, I mean, the thing we're trying to do for Command Center is basically have group chat, and for each groups, like teams type things, you have a separate room created. Because we want to tie the chat with the collab room as one. So each group chat they have a room.
Thinking out loud here, but the command center by way of the end user portal would have access to APIs that could do that in the background if you wanted to build such a feature.
Yeah, but that's my question.
You only need the video, the PEXIT resources. Assuming you're going to create a room and have a group chat using SIM or something, whatever chat.
Yeah.
Then you only need that to persist the group chat. The video doesn't need to persist. So you just need a random room that can tie to that chat for the period of the call. And then at the end of the call, the room doesn't have to persist.
Oh, yeah. You don't. Yeah. Yes, you could do it that way. You want to preserve the rooms because you want to be able to invite people back. Yeah, you could do it with temporary room. I'll give you that. No, the question, but you still need to be able to create that room as a user.
Yeah, but we could put a button in the command center that says, generate breakout room, and it'll generate a random number, and then you can say, okay, Stephen, goodbye. I'm going to transfer you over to such and such.
Yeah, I mean, that's rather than ask the vendor to do it. I mean, that's something that can be done programmatically, probably pretty easily.
All right. because we can transfer you as a host. You can transfer people anywhere you want.
Yeah.
And so
You're a moderator or a registered user. Are there APIs that allow you from, I guess, the client side to request that a breakout room, if you use their terminology here, gets created?
yeah, you would have to create a virtual meeting room.
Yeah.
So you create a virtual meeting room and then you assign an alias to it. There's a couple different ways you can join that bridge. You know, we tried to make it as easy as possible, like collab-like. So we created an alias that's pkaram at, candy.io, but you can also use a number. So we'd probably say create a breakout room and generate a random number, and that's the way you get into that room.
Understood, but you don't have to be an admin to do that, right? You can be a user.
Yeah, you have to be an admin. There needs to be an API that room is created on the back end.
Right. I was just saying that's something we could do work ourselves to implement in our product, right? It's not something that they offer natively, but it doesn't have to be. It seems like a waste, because they're basically providing the back end services, and then we can write our own front end for it.
They don't have breakout rooms, but the idea would be in the cockpit client, if you're on a call and you want to have breakout, then you can say generate breakout and transfer user 123 to it.
Yeah, no, it's more it's more you're in a group chat like Slack or whatever, right? Group chat, and you say, okay, let's have a meeting now, or let's have a meeting tomorrow at 2, type of thing, right?
Right. So escalate a chat to a video.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah, you could do that, but the problem is there's probably a limit on the meeting rooms because I don't think they're intended. Because that always surprises me. Like Teams, like I never even realized this until, Teams, you don't actually have a Teams bridge. Every time you set up a meeting, it generates a new one.
You have to schedule one, yes, every time.
Right.
Yes.
And so there isn't like a landing spot where you can go and just say, create. But I'm logged into Ninja right now. But what I was going to show you is, like, to your point, you can go into a chat, or like this example right here. So this was something that me and Kevin had set up to try to test the bridge. And if I go and say, hey, he's going to have that chat, and he's still in there because he's still in this room, right? Kevin is in there. And then if we say, hey, let's start a call, I can hit join, and that'll join the room, and then, wait for him. And a month from now, I can click that join button, and it'll add that room, right? Look at that. I knew it created an attendance report. Did you know that?
That's cute. We need to build that too.
That actually brings up a question. In video, I don't know, do you have to have a room assigned to every single user, or can you kind of generate one on the fly and deallocate it as it's no longer needed, like Teams does?
By default, the users have a room, a personal room, and you can create the additional room as needed. So it's kind of a persistent room, so you don't need to book it, right?
But Steve and Phil, I feel like we could easily resemble what Microsoft does with the one-time.
Well, yeah, no, absolutely.
Rooms.
It's kind of the sky's the limit. Where rather than focusing on what does it provide, what Pexip provides is these background conferencing services. Well, we should really be focusing on what are the use cases that we want to be able to support in our client, and is that something we can code with the existing APIs with Pexip and other products in our little arsenal of tools here?
Yeah, the question was more, you need to, can you use an API directly from the client, or you need to build a service to?
Oh, look at that. VMRs do not consume resources on your deployment unless they are actually being used to host a conference. Does that mean it's unlimited?
But I mean, they don't reserve the port for the conference.
Well, we have a license for 10 VMRs and we have 10 configured, so
well, I know, but so he told me at one point that they have two models, one where you charge for the VMRs, one for the concurrent ports. And I was like, well, we definitely get concurrent ports because we don't have a lot of usage. We give it to a lot of people, but
right. If the average meeting has 6 people in it, and you're typically just using one of the room and for 6 people. So
Right, and we have 300 in the company, and there's probably 20 people that actually use our bridges on a daily basis.
right, exactly.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out what the I think a lot of their. Well, this might tell us.
So, Stephen,
Mhm.
I guess Danny he keeps asking this question, so I feel like it still needs to be answered a little bit about the VMR generation. I think, Danny, what you're trying to say is, as a user with no admin privileges, can you go into your meeting room and then generate a
And the
VMR?
answer is no.
Yes.
Yeah. But
But
that's
you
why.
could.
You could.
I mean, no. What I'm saying is, you could have a function that has admin privileges that was available to the person.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Right? We would build that. That's a feature we could build into the cockpit or whatever we're calling it this month.
So essentially,
in the same way,
the user's not admin, but the user has the ability to touch a feature that has admin privileges.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's using
it will be indirect. Okay.
In the same way that we on the end user portal, some of the buttons you press in the end user portal, even though you're logged in as a user, they're doing that over administrative APIs because it has the power to do that. This is no different.
Right. Okay.
Makes sense.
Here's a decent example. I'm just trying to see if in here it tells something about the encryption between. I see, like, they don't, like, video has a limit of 10,000 rooms, right? Or maybe they're going to 100,000 or something. Is that still the thing, or?
It was users.
Well, yeah, it's rooms, which they call users, but essentially you can have 10,000 as like a database limit.
Yeah, no, 10,000 was the initial limit. I'm pretty sure it's more like 100,000 now, but need to double check.
We'll have to ask Kevin. Remind me to ask, if there is a limit of the number of VMRs other than the license. Because I mean, it's just a database entry.
And is it a configured VMR or is it in use VMR?
What do you mean?
Well, you could have provisions you could have 300 rooms configured, but at any given time, only 20 of them are used.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is I think that's the transcoding ports where the real usage is.
Yeah.
And the room is just like how big a database can it handle?
Yeah.
And the fact that it can sync with LDAP and stuff, it's probably pretty big, but it would be good to know what the number is. The question is it 10,000, 100,000, a million?
Right.
The other big question I have is, like, how would you see this, the data that's in here, would we need a deployment in every region? Or would there be some model where literally all that's in the thing is basically a username and a pin for meet me, for the chairperson. There's no other data there. So would there be an option where we could have one global management node or one large management node with transcoding nodes in every region and localize them like that? Or do you think we'd have to literally have management node in every region?
Fair question. I mean, from a performance usability point of view, you do want to minimize latency. So yeah, it can work across the globe. but it's better to have the original instance. Actually, latency. So have you measured latency? What's the latency on the system?
What do
Like
you mean?
packet in, packet out, right? Yeah, in and out.
Here's a good. Let me get this on. Well, it shows the latency on the back end for each user. Is that what you mean?
No, just say well that would compound the number, but a single transcoding node. So for packet in, packet out, right? For it's for a given image or is a given audio in, what's the processing delay through the node to do the transcoding, reformatting, and send it out? What's that?
Yeah, no idea. I mean, 0.8 is jitter it's showing, but I mean, I can tell you, we're talking. It's sub-second.
It better be sub-second.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm saying it's. I mean, all that matters is it usable, and I think it is. I think there is a noticeable delay on when you hit share button. It takes 3 seconds before the share gets out to everyone. And I think that has something to do with our deployment in the server, because when we were sharing on the Pexit.me, which is like their own hosted environment, it was like instant. Like when I shared something, it was like, boom, it popped right up. It was like, huh.
Yeah, but it does matter. I'll give you a practical example. We have these calls also on with the topic with Jason Whitaker. He joins with a phone, and for some reason his audio is always delayed by, I don't know, a few the extra millisecond or hundreds of millisecond, and every single time I'm cutting him off or he doesn't even, basically this enough latency that becomes annoying.
Right.
So it will be good to get either we measure it or we ask Pexit what is the number.
Hello?
Yeah. Say something.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So I'm talking through the phone now.
Yeah.
And it's one. It's not, you can't tell.
Say something.
1. Well, they do a count. Let's do the crude test. Let's do a quick count. 1.
2.
Supposed to say 2.
Oh.
1.
All right. 2.
3.
4.
5.
5.
6.
What do you think I can count in odds?
That's crazy.
It's echoing.
1.
2.
3.
4.
5.
6.
7.
8.
Yeah, this is noticeable delay.
I don't know. We'll have to do the same thing on collab. No idea.
But yeah, and if you get the latency from Pixel, I mean, it's difficult to measure because you have to send the audio in. Probably easier to do with audio, right? You say something and you watch the RTP in and out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna even bother asking him something that low level until we decide on.
Yeah, I gotta go to a troubleshooting call. Do you need me anymore?
I will say that I got to leave for another call also, but I would say that we've been on this in the same room, and I didn't notice any noticeable delay dialing in from a phone or otherwise, because
Yeah.
we do that in the cloud room all the time.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. I mean, the discussion here, I'm not. hearing a noticeable cut you off, but I've also been doing video conferencing for a long time, and I know the protocol, right? You wait for the people to end speaking before you. So
I don't. I interrupt people all the time. But no, all I was saying is that because we've been playing with this thing, we're often all in the same room on the call, all different people on the call, but also literally in the same room, like
Right.
physical space.
Yeah.
And which if there's any delay at all, it drives you completely bananas.
Yeah, it does.
Because you hear the guy talking over there, and then you hear the guy talking in your headset, and and man, it's been quick.
Okay,
So,
no. By the way, but that's why I'm asking the question. What is it?
Yeah, and
employs IPsec security to provide strong protection of all inter-node communications.
Oh, cute.
Inter-node traffic is restricted to only protocols that are expected. Any unexpected protocols.
Of course.
And remind me, IPsec, that's over TCP, right?
No,
you can do.
IPsec is not over TCP.
Yeah, that's why I was hold on here. Is it? It's over
UDP?
UDP?
And JITIC certified, so.
Yeah, IPsec can be over a variety of protocols, transports, and it's not, but it's definitely not necessarily.
So you could do IPsec over UDP.
Oh yeah, I do it on my.
Sorry. Is it the other way around? You can do UDP over IPsec.
Well, no, I can also I can also run UDP over IPsec over UTP, if that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
There's your answer, Danny.
What?
There.
All communication links between management node and conferencing nodes and between conferencing nodes use IPsec with the following settings: 256 AES and 4096 DIFM.
Okay.
Oh, and there's the SRTP for media. RTP is not generally TCP.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't specifically say UDP or TCP, but
yeah. So that will be on the access side, I bet. So the question. So the connection between two nodes, like the data center one and the cloud one. So if it's IPsec and you can do UDP over IPsec, that's good.
Okay. I don't know. I gotta go to a call.
Right? The loss issues you were talking about. If that was the case, I mean, I can see all sorts of problems with the people using IPsec VPNs today. All your Express VPN users doing all sorts of stuff. And I know that when I'm using VPNs, I can specify the protocol to be UDP, which will be TCP over UDP, and I can run TCP sessions over that UDP IPsec connection. So
okay, all right.
Okay.
All right.
Good discussion.
Right.
I need to run.
Yep. See ya. Have a good weekend. Have a good Monday off, Danny.
Yep. Bye.
Yep.
The host has left the conference. The conference is about to end. Your call will be disconnected